Hi everybody, I'm Sarah with the trains, and I'm here at Norwich Station this fine Sunday morning, bright and early, to head off to a station that's considered to be the least used in Norfolk.
Service to most stop calling at Buckenham, Canterbury, Hanscow, Somerlake, Oxford North, and arriving into last stop at 8:50. I'm down with the doctor this morning. I'm sure to be passing through the trains. Please have your tickets ready.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it. We are now approaching Buckenham. Into the service for lowest.
Well, we made it. We are here at Buckenham. Situated on the Wherry lines between Brundall and Cantley, Buckenham Station opened in 1844 by the Yarmouth and Norwich Railway to serve the small nearby village of Buckenham. In addition to what you see at the station today, there was also a signal box, as shown in this photo, but this was derelict by the 1980s and has since been demolished. These days the station is operated by Greater Anglia, although very few trains actually call at this station, leading to low passenger numbers, which is why in the past it has been the least used station in Norfolk and one of the least used stations in the country overall. In the year 2020 to 2021, 98 people use this station, which is a very, very low number, and is less than one person per day. But amazingly, when I got off just now, so did two other people. Although that might have something to do with the fact that on Sundays there are actually trains that are more frequent than you having to stay here for about 9 hours. So you might be thinking to yourself, Sarah, this station is so little used, why are you even bothering to visit in the first place? And that's because it forms not just part of my series travelling the Wherry lines, it's also part of my goal to visit every station in Norfolk. Ooh, this means there is a train coming, but I can't remember from which direction. Oh, I think we just found out. Stand back from the platform edge. And that, dear viewers, was going to that famous destination, not in service. So now I've talked a bit about the station history and we've had a surprise visit from a not in service train, let's explore the features of this delightful country station. We have a sign, another sign up here. We then have a bench, another bench, two bits of cycle storage, another bench on which I am resting my backpack currently, a poster for the Wherry lines, a poster of the network route map, and some more travel information. As you can see here, this part of the platform is fenced off, and there is even a warning sign, two people on the train, do not alight here. We also now have another train coming. And not to forget birds. In the surrounding area, it is an RSPB nature reserve. Here we go. And that was 421! And I just realised I forgot to take the number of the one that's not in service. Oh well. Outside the platforms we do have the help point, and we also have the information screen, as well as all this customer information as well. And there is something little over here that I think is actually really cool, and I also haven't seen at other stations. It is a little box of leaflets about the local area and about trains on the Wherry lines, which is very, very useful if you're not familiar with the Norfolk countryside and the trains that go through this station. There is also actually this leaflet about travelling abroad via rail and travelling via night. So that's pretty cool. Now the station buildings you can see on the platform are long disused by the railways, but from what I could read online are now in fact a recording studio. And now that I've said that, I'm going to run away very quickly because the bushes behind me are like wasp paradise right now. On this side of the lines there is also more cycle parking and some information about birds and stuff. And I'm going to explore what's on platform number 2, the platform I'll need to get back to Norwich. Information signs and help point. Now, it's a long walk indeed to get to the section of the platform where the trains will actually stop. They really make you work for it to get the train back to Norwich, and they're trying to keep us kidnapped here. So as well as this delightful view, on platform 2 we have got a sign, a bus shelter style waiting room, another one of these lovely leaflet holders in the bus shelter style waiting room, and a little typed up train timetable for how you can get to and from Norwich and Lowestoft, which is very, very handy because the trains are really quite infrequent. We also have another bench, and in the distance I see another sign. I will just say I do think it might be helpful to have a sign on each platform to explain there is in fact another platform, and it's just not directly opposite, because some people might assume that because they can't immediately see a platform that there is only one platform, and then be disappointed by the fact that they can't get on the train that they need to there. Although there are 2 tracks, so maybe people are expected to automatically realise that, I don't know. One thing I'm really surprised by at Buckenham is how busy it is, because compared to Burney Arms, which is also an RSPB nature reserve, there is so much foot traffic, and I helped a guy get his quad bike over the level crossing. I think the key difference here is that there's road access, which, as anybody who watched my Burney Arms video will know, there isn't any road access to Burney Arms. This is another one of those places where you might think to yourself, what the hell am I going to do for 2 hours? Because there's nothing here. But honestly, it's just so beautiful and so lovely that really isn't a worry to me right now. and I'm going to go take a walk to the wildlife lookout point bird watching hide thing. I should really know what it's called because I used to be a bird watcher. Here it is, the wildlife watch point. Question is it open? Yes, it is. And in here we have more posters about birds, a hare, birds, and another bird, and another one of these little printed timetables that somebody's made. This is actually really useful and really cool that somebody's so dedicated to making sure people get here and get home. Go back to being about 11 or 12 and this would have been my idea of paradise. Bird watching in a train station. In the distance you can just see a pub and some boats that are moored up near this spot for, I think it's for anglers. Back on the other side of the lines at the station, I decide to watch one more train go past before I do any more exploring. And that is number 329. So the reason I'm stood under a random tree at the side of the road is because I got part way to St Nicholas Church, Buckenham, to go and take some pictures and stuff, and realised that if I do that, I'm going to miss the train I intend to get, because I spent a lot more time than I'd allocated wandering around and admiring the marshes here. So I'm going to head back to the station now to get my train back to Norwich. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel to see more. And the train taking me back to Norwich is 755-421.